Hello, hi, and welcome back to Along the Way with Amy. I'm Amy, and today I am with Kelly. Hello, Kelly.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, Kelly and I have known each other for about a little over 2 years, I think. We met at Bunko, and I love Kelly. I'm excited about talking to Kelly. This should be fun. We may have 2 parts with Kelly. Who knows? I don't know.
Because Kelly talks a lot. And some I can't tell until after all of the older generations are gone.
Until after the PM. It's the PM talk.
Yes.
Yes. So, Kelly, tell me a little about yourself and what your life. Kind of give me the maybe the little, what is it called, the short version. Oh, come on, Amy.
Okay. A synopsis.
A synopsis, yeah.
I was born in Corpus. I grew up in Portland. Went to school here, graduated from here, went to college in Corpus. Briefly moved to East Texas. Decided I didn't want to get married to him from East Texas and came home. And then I started teaching, and I taught in Portland until I met my husband. We got married. We have 2 daughters that we adopted at birth. My husband and I moved to Colorado briefly. I decided I wasn't crazy about his girlfriend. I don't share well. And I moved back home with the girls and taught in Corpus.
And you taught?
Theater, speech, and debate. And theater has always been a passion. So teaching theater for 35 years was like never going to work. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, yes, it could be stressful. And yes, I didn't like a lot of the political stuff that the grown-ups do. I wanted to play with the kids, let's have fun. And it was just great being a teacher for 35 years. I loved the kids. I loved teaching them. I did technical theater for a long time here in Portland. I built the sets, paint the sets, decorated the sets, did the lights, the sound, taught the kids. And we had so much fun doing it. And we had these things called Techie Olympics. We had a 20-foot ladder that was on wheels. And you could take it off the wheels and leave it stationary. Or you could put it on the wheels and move it to change lights and stuff. And we had one event where the ladder was on the ground. A team of 2 had to lift the ladder up, open it, put it on the wheels, secure it, climb to the top, touch it, come back down. And whoever could do it the fastest, right? And then we had other events, like we had stage hockey on the rolly chairs, big ball of tape and a broom. It was a lot of fun. The kids had fun. We did long jump because there was a set of stairs that came off the stage. And it was pretty long because each of the steps were like this. And so 3 of those, they had to jump onto the stage without touching a stair.
Yeah, that would be hard. Yeah,
that was hard. But they could run all the way down the aisle of the auditorium that's no longer there. And they haven't built a new one yet, but we'd really like to see that. And they'd land on the stage. Or the stage is about this high from the ground, standing high jump.
Oh, wow.
You have to stand on it.
It's like jumping on those boxes they do.
Yeah. And if you could jump up on it. But the kids had fun doing it. We always had fun. And we got everything done. And they learned. And the cool part is, now that I've moved back to Portland when I retired, I get to see, and I subbed for a little while at the high school when I retired. I get to see kids I taught. And I'm seeing them now as adults with their families. And we get to be friends. And all the positive things that they have to say about what they learned in my class or learned just from being around. And it's not always just about theater or just about technical.
You learn a lot.
You learn teamwork. You learn camaraderie. You get a sense of community. And a lot of kids now are missing that sense of community because they find that community on an app
Yeah.
or with and their face-to-face skills, nothing can take that place of that.
I imagine you started to see that change.
Oh, I was right in the middle of it when I was teaching. I had never had a phone that I carried around with me. And now it's kind of become an extension of my person. It's another appendage.
Like that,
And I call it my leash because I have 2 daughters. And, I have 1 daughter and 1 non-binary child. And they call daily, multiple times if they can't get a hold of me. And they panic and start calling all my friends if they can't get a hold of me. We've had a lot of health scares. And the health scares have made it so that they're a little paranoid. Because the reason I had to retire was due to illness. And we've had several really close calls. I've had cancer 3 times. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor.
And you've had treatment for that all 3 times?
Treatment for, I had surgeries, I've had radiation, you name it. I've had iron drips for hours. And
now you have dialysis.
And now I'm on dialysis,
and
which
how
is...
How long have you been doing that?
2.5 years, 3 years. Post-COVID, I found out that I had that blood clots had killed my good kidney. I only had 1, and COVID kind of killed it. And so it still works a little, but it doesn't clean my blood. And I also then got from COVID a long-term clotting disorder. My blood clots unnaturally. So I can't get one of the ports in my arm, the fistulas or grafts that they put in your arm to do dialysis. Mine has to go straight into a heart catheter.
So they have,
which is something
Isn't it
that
more dangerous
it's way more dangerous because of infection.
Bacteria,
I haven't been able to take a bath. I mean, my showers consist of being extraordinarily careful, lots of saran wrap, and
And that's just like a long-term thing.
It's a long-term thing as long as I do it. And I miss the water because I was a scuba diver. I loved swimming every day.
And we live right by the water.
And we live by the water. So, and we were beach people. I can't go in the water. I can't even go in a swimming pool. I can't even go in my own bathtub, even though I know it's bleached to perfection, But I can't get this wet. And I can't get this one wet. So, yay.
Yay.
That's fun. But it's here's a nice thing. I take care of my 83-year-old mother at the house, and I love her with all my heart. And I don't complain because I'm loving this time I get to have with her.
And this is a recent thing, right? She's only
this has been for a year.
Yeah.
And early onset dementia, she forgets a lot of things. But she still has most of it, And so the 3 hours that I'm at dialysis is my nap time. Because I'm so busy all day. I take friends of mine that don't drive to their medical appointments because I'm still fortunate enough to be able to drive. And I have my own transportation. I'm still mobile because of my chair. I can transfer. I'm strong enough. I'm not bedbound. So as long as I have means, I'm going to do it. But my time during the days is always filled. Like I have a calendar that, today I'm taking Anita to the doctor. Tuesday, Mom has an appointment. I have dialysis at 2. Wednesday, we have this and this and this. Mom gets her hair done. And then we're going to eat lunch. And then Thursday, it's like all planned out. And if people need rides someplace, if I don't have something going, I'll take them. It's something I enjoy doing. I don't mind taking people to the grocery store. I don't mind taking people to the doctor. It doesn't bother me to sit in the car and wait and read a book or watch a podcast. But anyway, that's a neat way that I fill my time.
And how often do you have to do that?
I have dialysis twice a week now. I'm pretty good about keeping my diet, and my numbers stayed good enough that he let me, finally let me go to 2 days a week, because my body was rebelling, and I was losing consciousness at the dialysis center. Well, this is recent. No, this is recent too. That month or two that I was,
okay.
because the dialysis was draining me so badly that I couldn't even drive home safely.
Yeah,
And I still had to drive home because there was nobody to drive me home.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was careful, but it was, you know, it's like driving when you're so sleepy. And it's called post-dialysis fibromyalgia. And when it happens, I'm down for 2 days. It doesn't matter what's on my calendar. You know, I was teaching Bible study. I had to give that up because I just couldn't anymore, you know. And I spent a couple of weeks in bed, just getting up if I had to, and letting my body rejuvenate. But I finally got it balanced out with diet. And I exercise when I'm in bed. I lift my legs, and I, you know, to keep it. Yes. Yeah. But I finally got the phosphates down and the calcium up and the potassium regulated.
It's amazing how. And then
if you can keep it, and I have to do it with diet.
Yeah, and how it can be, because like when my dad, so I was taking care of my parents for a while, and when my dad's, they said, you know, his kidneys are bad. He's got to, you know, not have this certain type of, you know, preservatives, right? Phosphates, yes. Everything, Kelly.
Everything has some.
Everything. This one was in everything.
They make you take something called a phosphate binder. It's a pill. Or if you don't want to pay $35 a month for your phosphate binders or whatever, you can eat a couple of Tums every time you eat, because it's a phosphate binder.
Oh, it does the same thing.
Does the same thing. So I've been taking 2 Tums every time I eat anything, because everything has phosphates in it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't eat prepackaged vegetables and, you know, like canned stuff, I don't eat anything from a can. If I eat tuna fish from a can, I wash it and wash it and wash it and wash it and wash it. But I've even gotten to the point where I don't do that kind of tuna. I'll just go ahead and get salmon and cook a salmon steak and eat it that way. And it's helped my mom too, because she was having trouble with her lower extremities, the valves in her legs and stuff. And her skin being so thin that she get, you know, those little things you get when you get a bruise when you're older, this,
the little,
like this.
Spots. Yeah.
It goes away, but it's like a bruise under the skin and blood. And she would get it all down her legs, and her skin was so thin that it would then break someplace and just gush blood and blood and blood. And it was real hard to get it to stop. And protein is the only way. Giving her lots of protein. Vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, iron. She has to take, you know, special ones of those. But the protein has to be up. And she wasn't eating enough protein. She's like this little bitty.
It's hard to get.
She doesn't eat a lot of protein. Now she does. She loves salmon.
Oh, well, that's
And
good.
I can make salmon 100 different ways. Thank you, HEB. And Gordon Ramsay. He's
great. Yeah.
He's trademarked, but we love him. But anyway, it was I've been cooking lots of fresh food, and fresh frozen food is good. It doesn't have the phosphates either.
It's not as processed. Everything is just so processed.
And
things. It's just...
I've even done the fresh garden. We did a garden last year. Had tomatoes, cucumbers, fresh dill. Oh, I love fresh dill on everything. Fresh eggs. A friend of mine was doing eggs, free range chicken eggs, and so I would get my eggs from her. And we were trying to eat, just straight off the land, as healthy as we could, watching those phosphates. And then you get lazy, and it's like, I just want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or I just want a ham and cheese, and processed meat like that, bologna.
Crazy with it.
I ate a hot dog on the 4th of July that I haven't eaten a hot dog in so long, but I found a hot dog that didn't have all the stuff in it.
Ooh.
And I loved it. And I don't normally even like hot dogs, but I really wanted one on the 4th of July. So we grilled them up and everything in the pan, and because we're not allowed to barbecue at the...
Oh, you guys can't barbecue
No,
there?
they have a thing in the lease thing that you can't barbecue outside because there's no place really to barbecue except out in the parking lot, and then that gets, dicey.
That's dicey. You don't really want to do that.
Because there's older people driving in that parking lot, and they don't always see you.
Yeah.
It's dicey just getting the mail sometimes, is people don't see the wheelchair. That's something I've noticed. Like, people, if you're in a wheelchair, they don't think you're there for some reason. Like, they have no problem bending over you to get something in a grocery store. Like, you're not there.
You're not even there.
Yeah. And it's like, excuse me, that was my head that you just placed your breasts on,
Well, you get breast pressed.
I get breast pressed, and it's a nice massage, but it was different. And the first time it happened, it was like, excuse me, you're invading my bubble.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know if it's maybe because you don't have a cart in front of you in the same way. They don't see it the same. I don't know. That's weird. Know. That is weird.
Isn't it weird? It happens a lot. The first time it was like rude, The second, third, fourth, and fifth time, it was like, dear God, this is getting to be a problem,
Can I grocery shop?
No, I do. I do a lot of delivery now, but that's just because it's really hard to carry. Yeah. Like, I've gotten good at holding the basket with one hand and driving with the other, because you can't let go of this.
Oh, yeah.
Or you stop,
Yeah.
So I've gotten good at that, but I've gotten even better at curbside. The only thing I don't like to let them pick is like my meat and my veggies, because they're not going to pick a good one. They're just going to grab one.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
So I like to pick my own meat and veggies. But
my husband, that's his happy time. I don't go to the grocery store, Kelly, because if I go to the grocery store, I could go with my husband, start off and we're in the produce, right inside the door. And I could leave, go walk all the way, the whole store, check out, cosmetics, check out everything else.
He's still in produce?
Walk back, he's still in produce.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't go shopping with I don't go grocery.
My children won't go grocery shopping with me because I know everyone in town.
Oh, so you
and grocery shopping takes 6 hours because I stop and talk
and to everybody.
Yeah.
Because you're like me, you're a talker with everybody. I love talking to people.
I do too, because that's how you learn.
Yeah,
and I'm a learner, man. I like to learn.
Yeah, and just to interact with people. I just like to just interact with people.
Oh yeah,
it makes me feel better to just. I don't know.
Sometimes I have my hermit time, but I like people.
Yeah, me too.
Like the other day, I went. I was laying there. My mom had just dozed off, and I thought, I'll clean the house. I'll do a little clean. No, it'll wake her up. I'll just take a nap, I guess, if he's going to. So I went and laid down in my room, and I turned the TV on, and Sylvia called. And she said, what are you doing? How's your mom? Because my mom fell down, and I said, oh, she's fine. She's just mad because it messed up her hairdo, and she got blood in her hair, and I had to get it out with a Q-tip. And, and she was like, oh. I said, what are y'all doing? What are you doing? She says, oh, I'm over here at Diane's, and we're fixing to play cards or something. And I said, I wish y'all were playing Chicken Foot. I'd come over. I love to play Chicken Foot. They're like, and I hear Diane in the background, then come on, let's play Chicken Foot. So I was like, okay. So I went and played Chicken Foot, a game of Chicken Foot for that takes an hour or so, a little over an hour. Yeah. And just as I was getting home, Mom was waking up. And she's like, what were you doing? I said, oh, I played Chicken Foot and picked up poop from the dog, because we have a dog. And she's like, oh, how long was I asleep?
Well, yeah, it's like what I do my little errands when he takes his nap, because he takes his nap every day, so I go
do your thing.
Go do my thing. Go see who's up, what's going on.
Yep, that's my time to do the outside errands because I don't like to leave Mom at home unattended. I'm afraid she'll fall, and she did. I took Anita to the doctor the other morning.
And she fell.
And Mom fell, and I get a call from the Life Alert that they're taking her to the hospital, that she fell and hit her head. And I'm like, oh my God, and I'm thinking the worst because the last time she fell, she broke her shoulder. The time before that, she broke her hip, and we had rehab and hospital and everything. And this time, she fell asleep with a cup of coffee in her lap. And as she fell asleep, it spilled.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, it was cold, so it didn't hurt anybody yet.
Yeah.
Well, she wakes up, and she needs to go to the bathroom. And she starts to stand up. And my mom has a cane and a walker. She's very unsteady on her feet. I mean, she can walk. She can do it. But, like, to get up, it's like, come on, Darlene. Come on, Darlene. Come on, Darlene. Get up. And they do. They have to build up to it, because it hurts to stand up.
It's difficult. Yeah.
It is. It hurts. And so anyway, she stood up, took one step in that big puddle of coffee and fell. She hit her head on something. She has a big old goose egg that was cut open. It cut. She had a big cut on her elbow up here, and she can't get up off the floor if she's there. So the paramedics, I call them the 5 good-looking firemen, come running in. They've had to come pick me up before because if I fall out of my chair, I can't get up. And it's not always a pleasant encounter with 5 good-looking firemen picking your fat butt up off the floor. Yeah. Especially if you fall out of bed or in the shower, in the bathroom. Yeah, that's always a little unusual. One time, one of my students came. He was one of the firemen, and I had fallen on the floor. I'd had a dream, and I fell out of my bed and couldn't get up, and my tea had spilled on me. And in my dream, I'm thinking, why is it raining in a library? Because I remember thinking that, and then I woke up and realized I'm not in a library. I'm on my floor. But it was really funny. And so I'm laying there on the floor, and I'm in my T-shirt.
Oh, and you're thinking, they're coming to pick me
and
up.
And so I haven't called them yet. I'm like, I'm going to have somebody get me up. But I can't let them see me like this. I'm soaking, my nightgown's soaking wet, my shirt. And so I scooch on my back to the end of the bed, and I grab a pair of shorts out of the laundry basket, and I lay there and I pull them on, and I finally get them up so that I'm covered, and I grab a T-shirt and I pull off and I'm still laying on my back on the floor. And I pull off the T-shirt that's wet, and I use it to wipe up some of the tea. And I'm lay there, and I get another T-shirt and pull it on that's clean, or not, that's out of the laundry basket that's folded. And I think, okay, now you can call 911. Where's your phone? My phone had fallen under the bed. So I have to scooch on my back over to my bed. I can't reach it. So I have to reach up and get the grabber stick.
Oh no, one of those little things. Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the phone with my grabber stick, and it's wanting to stay. I have one of those covers it's rubbery. So it doesn't slide very well. Doesn't slide very well. And I'm pulling this thing over to me. And then I get it, and I'm thinking, if I call 911, how are they going to get in? All the doors are deadbolted. Oh, no. So I'm like, okay, well, right by my bedroom is my back door. My bedroom has a window that opens to my patio, right? So the patio door is like here, and I'm over here. I slide on my back all the way over here.
Oh, no.
And I reach up, and I can just reach the deadbolts. And I unlock the door. And then I'm like, I had left my phone on the floor. I slide all the way back walked over to the phone and I called 911. And I said, I'm not hurt. You don't have to send a bunch of sirens and stuff. I just need help getting up into my wheelchair. I've fallen on the floor. You don't have, no, they sent, woo, ambulance, fire truck, firemen. And my ex-student walks in and he's like, well, what are you doing on the floor, Miss Kay? I was looking for dust bunnies under the bed. Get me up. And he was like, well, you hadn't lost your sense of humor,
Yeah.
So,
It's terrible when you run into someone that you know when you're in like a
It actually, it's not that bad. I mean, it was like, you little schmuck.
Well,
I love you, but I'm not in the mood right now. Okay, pick me up.
Now is not the time.
No, it was. But, that's the one thing I have in my whole entire life. If I could tell anybody anything on any journey, keep your sense of humor. It will go so far. Because getting mad takes up extra energy. Getting frustrated, getting sorry for yourself, all that takes is negative energy in you. And it just eats at you. And if you can stay positive and choose to be happy, even if you're not that happy, choose it anyway. Fake it till you make it, baby. But you fake it till you make it, and laughter energizes you.
It does.
Keeping your sense of humor brings all this positive energy into you. And I'm a big proponent of you get what you put out. And if you're putting out negative, you're going to get a lot of it back. It's going to come right on back to you. If you're putting out positive, then the positive things start gravitating, I've been so blessed in my life. I don't know what your religious thing is or anything. God has done so much for me. God has given me 2 children when I couldn't bear my own that I love with all my heart. He gave me a really nice husband. Didn't work. Wasn't my choice. But he was a good father. And while we were married, he was a good husband. I've been blessed to have my family around. I've been blessed to have my students around. And God has worked so many miracles in my eye. It's like people say, there's no such thing as miracles anymore. No, if you look around, they're there. Both my children were absolute God incidences. They really were. My oldest, her name is Haley. And now they have changed their name to Uli.
Uli?
Uli. Uli is a Cherokee Indian. And she is now living up in the capital of the Cherokee Nation, Tahlequah, Oklahoma. For a while, she worked for the Cherokee Nation. She's working now towards finishing her last semester of college. She wants to go back to college. I paid for 10 years, and she didn't get a degree. And I told her, you're on your own now, babe. You're 30 years old, so you're going to do this. You're going to have to pay for it because I can't, And they are thriving up there. And I would never have had my child if God hadn't been working on it, because we had adopted, we're going to adopt another child. A student of mine was pregnant and came to me. We talked to the parents and everything, and we were going to adopt her baby. We had the baby at home with us after she had the baby. She lived with us for a little while because they threw her out at first, her parents. And then they decided, okay. She had the baby. The grandmother was kind of iffy about her adopting the baby out. The baby looked like her other son and her other daughter, So we had the baby at home with us for a week. And sure enough, they changed their mind. And there was nothing we could do. And our hearts were ripped out. Our hearts were ripped out. I've never heard I had never heard my husband cry. and it sounded like a wounded animal. It was so awful. That was probably one of the single worst experiences of my life, was seeing that poor man cry like that.
That's awful.
It was just heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. But if it hadn't been for that experience, my child wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have Uli. My best friend from high school worked at Incarnate Word with a nun named Sister Luella. I love Sister Luella. We still get together and have lunch and stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
She's a wonderful, wonderful person. And Sister Luella, she was telling Sister Luella what had happened. And Sister Luella said, if they want a baby that bad, there has to be one out there for them. So she started praying. And she prayed, just like I prayed, that I would get a child if it was God's will. And for almost a year to the date, Sister Luella was answering the phones at Hope House because one of the nuns had gotten sick that does that. So she took her place. And this woman called in and said, we're supposed to adopt a baby that's going to be born C-section tomorrow, and from Hope House, and we just can't. My husband and I, we just can't adopt the baby. Do you know of anyone else? Because we don't want to leave this poor birth mother in the lurch. And Sister Luella went, why, yes, I do know someone. And she called Lisa, and my husband and I had just gotten back from Arizona, and we were out at my mom's helping her put a desk together. And I get a call at my mom's office, because this was like pre-cell phone. This was right at pre-cell phone. Not everybody had them, and most of them had the ones that carried around like a pack.
Yeah.
Okay. And I get this phone call at my mom's office, and she's like, oh, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. I've called your grandmother. I've called your brother. I've called everybody. And I was like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And she said, I think we have a baby for you. And I went, what? And she goes, Sister Luella wants you to call her. Here's her number. So I said, okay. And I hang up and I call the number, and she said, this young lady's supposed to be born tomorrow, have a baby tomorrow. She doesn't know what it is yet. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but she's willing to talk to you. We're going to meet her at the hospital in the morning. And so she can decide if you're...
She was already planning to do
Yes,
that.
she was already planning to put her up for adoption, but to meet us. So I go, oh God, we did not sleep a wink that night. We were just like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, Kel, we had to put all the nursery stuff back up because he took that down.
I bet.
He took that down that day. It was so hard on him.
Yeah.
That was one of his coping mechanisms. And I said, how fast can we put a crib back together? I mean, we're going to need a crib.
Like 5 minutes.
And he was like, done, baby, done, and we did. We put everything together that night and set up the nursery. And I said, this is taking a big leap of faith, baby, to do this again. And I don't want to see you hurt like that again. And he's like, no, I'm holding my heart in reserve until the baby's born and we have her in our arms for 2 weeks. And I was like, okay. So we go and meet the girl. She's like, so you're a teacher, huh? And I said, yeah. And she says, what does he do? I said, he is a mechanic. He builds things and fixes things. And she said, oh. You can have the baby. At least I know it'll get an education. And I went, okay. Wow. She goes, do you want to come in with me while they're born? And I was like, yes. Is that okay? She's like, yeah. So the doctor goes, well, suit up. And I threw the gown and stuff on. And I got to watch my first child be born.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was.
Really amazing.
It was. And I
that.
took care of her in the nursery. The birth mother didn't even want to feed her. Nothing.
I think I would be the same way.
That's the only way to do it. In fact, at the hospital, they cut a little lock of Haley's hair and put a bow on it and put it on a little card with a footprint. and she left it.
Yeah,
She didn't want
I
it.
don't know if I'd want it.
She
That
didn't
would
want
be
it.
so hard.
Because she already had another child at home
Oh, okay.
that was a year older than Haley.
She couldn't afford. Yeah.
And she was a teenage mother trying to finish high school, and with already having a 1-year-old.
She gave you that gift.
She did. It was such a gift, and God played such a big, huge part in us getting that child, because it was like almost exactly a year. Almost exactly a year. August 19th, 1994. A day to remember. But it was, again, God had his hand in it, because we didn't have any trouble. The private investigator found the birth father. He signed the rights. She signed the rights. When God has his hand on it, and my dad used to say this, baby, when God's plan is working, everything goes smooth. When you're hitting all these road bumps, that's the devil, baby. And you just go right on over those road bumps until that path gets smooth again. When you're back on that path, you'll feel it.
You know it, yeah.
And I lived that. That's been my thing. And I'm not what people would call a traditional goody two-shoes Christian person. You know, mine comes from the heart. It's from love. I don't push it on anybody. It's just my experiences. It's my journey. And it's who I am. I don't even push it on my own children. My own children have beliefs of their own. And so I pray for them. But they're on their own journey at this point. You know, they're both grown, and I don't tell them what to do unless they ask. I try so hard not to. I tell people, when they were little, I used to pray every day. I was on my knees a lot, you know. When they got grown, I thought my knees would get a little break.
No.
I'm on my knees now more than ever, because the problems are real and I can't tell them what to do.
Exactly. You have to keep your mouth shut.
You have to keep and for me, that's hard.
Like
it's so hard.
Yeah, we like
to go, now bite it off. I mean, it is so hard sometimes to go, sweetheart, no, you don't want that. But they have to do their own thing. That's why they're here. That's
how we learn, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of learning, let's switch gears a little bit, Kelly. So tell me something. See if you can think of a hard lesson that you learned in your life. That was an important one, but that was a hard one to learn.
Patience was the hardest lesson I had to learn. I had none. And if you're going to be a teacher,
you have to have all of it.
You have to have all the patience.
Yeah.
And then when you have your own children, when you have a husband, you have to have patience. Because learning that you're not the center of the universe, I'm not? No, you're not. And it's, when you have children, you learn that really quick. But it's like patience, you have to have it. And now that I'm older and have worked really hard, because not having patience can result in something really awful, because I do have a temper. And it's got a very long fuse, but when it goes hard. And I don't want to ever say anything to someone that's going to hurt them.
Yeah, you don't want to say, especially something
especially
with them.
Someone I love.
Yeah, or
my child. I don't want to say something that's going to, and I've had to really be careful, because sometimes even things you say with love,
they can hurt.
It hurts them, and you have to. I've had to learn to be patient. I've had to learn to own my mistakes with my kids and with my mom, with my family. I've had to learn to apologize. I've had to learn to discern, is the argument worth the outcome? Is our relationship worth what I'm telling you, or what I'm going to say to you?
Is being
But, and sometimes it's like, is being right in my eyes, because I'm not all seeing, all knowing.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying? And that's been a big challenge. I'm an Aries. I am an Aries. You know, and I want to just charge in there, get it done. You know, I don't care who's in my way. I'll step on you to the top, you know.
Yeah.
That's how my want to be. But with kids, my own and other people's, that's not how you can be, you know. And so I've had to learn to temper the Aries, you know, the go, do it, I don't care, do it. When I was at Carroll, one of the things that kids have to do when we're doing a play is be very quiet backstage, right?
Yes.
We were having a rehearsal. This kid was choking on something backstage, and there was a lot of noise. I said, "Quiet backstage!" And one kid goes, "Sabas is dying. Tell him to die quieter." And then it was like, "No, really?" And I was like, "Oh, shit." You know, and I have to, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Okay, and I had to, like, get backstage really quick, and I'm like, and he finally, he got it up, and he was breathing. And I'm like, he looks over and goes, "Die somewhere else." And I thought, I didn't realize you were really dying, Sabas. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry. And he was like, the whole year, that was like the thing, die somewhere else, you know. It was, it stuck, you know, and that was like, we had this thing at the end of the year. It was the banquet, the end of the year, the thespian banquet. And that's where we give out the awards, like Best Actor, Best Actress, you know, supporting and all that. But we also give out something called the Wacky Awards. And the Wacky Awards was started by my mentor, Charlotte Brown, who taught here for 56 years and retired. She recently passed away, which was another difficult thing. But she started the Wacky Awards. And the Wacky Awards, oh my gosh, they were everything from like the Flaming Vixen Award, one who flirted with everybody kind of thing. Yes. And we had the, you know, if I can't be on time, I'll take a taxi award, because one kid was like always late. And I finally said, "You late again, you're taking a taxi and the bus is going to leave you. You're not making everybody late because you can't get up." And he was like, well, we got to a school and he was late coming down. We were in Houston, and the kids really wanted to go to P.F. Chang's, and we had made reservations for P.F. Chang's. I told the kids, go up to the thing, drop off your suitcases, come back down. We've got to go you know. So they ran up there and everybody did it and came right back down except for my five kids. We were in a van. My 5 kids changed clothes, got dressed, did their makeup, came down, and I sat there and I thought, okay, they're going to have to learn. So as they're walking towards the van, I drive off. Their eyes got big. They were chasing the van. And I let them chase it all the way to me getting outside. And then they got in and they were like, "You were going to leave us." I said, "I did leave you." I said, "And you know what? Now we're not going to P.F. Chang's. You get Whataburgers for dinner."
They were all upset then.
I said, "And you know what? In the morning when the tournament starts, if you're not here, you're going to be taking a taxi. Trust me." I went downstairs, and I'm always there like 15 minutes before them to get in, get ready to go. I went down 15 minutes early, and they were all standing there with their suitcases by the seat.
They're like, "We're not going to risk it."
Okay. I never had to throw another fit. Word gets out. It was passed down from generation to generation. You only have to throw a patented fit once, you know. And I didn't do anything that would endanger them, but they got the message. Yeah. It was pretty funny. That is the only time a child was ever late in 35 years.
Yeah, never again. Huh?
Never again. Never again.
Lesson learned. That's good.
It was invaluable, Because you know what? That's one of the things that some of the kids tell me that they learned from me is you have to do what you say you're going to do and be on time. And that's what sets you apart from other people is you only have to do that little bit more than everybody else to be the best. It's getting that little bit more, you know. And so they tell me all these valuable lessons that I taught them. And sometimes I'm like, I did, you know, whoops.
Oops, I
Didn't
that
know.
was an accident.
I didn't even realize that one. Wow, thanks. Yeah.
Yay.
But it was just, they learned just from being around you. I love my kids. I loved my kids. And I took care of them. I helped them through crises and problems. And you have to learn that with kids, their crises, when you look at them, sometimes you want to go, oh, no. That's still, for them, it's huge.
Yeah.
For them, it's so huge. Everything is just huge to them.
Yeah, because something that you would think is insignificant can be their entire world.
Oh, and you look at like a relationship. They broke up with a boyfriend. And you look at it and you go, oh, honey, there's going to be so many of these. This is how you learn what you don't want, okay?
Yeah.
Dating is how you pick and choose and learn, this is a nice characteristic, but I don't like this. Next, you know, kind of thing. And if you want to tell them, oh, baby, you know, if you miss this bus, another one will be along in a minute, you know.
Yeah, but if you can remember back when you were in that,
and that's what you have to do.
You have to do that, right? Because
so you can't say
the end of the world.
You have to say, I understand it hurts your heart. It bruised your ego, but there is going to be somebody that fits with you perfectly. Now you know that you don't like that. Let's move on and find what you do like, you know. Yeah. And I know you hurt, and if you want to go wash your face in the bathroom and get a drink out of the machine, you may do so. But come on back to class and dry your eyes, because he's a shithead.
Yeah.
You know, and they always love that when I go, he's a shithead. You know, and they're like, he is, you know. I probably shouldn't have been a teacher. I really shouldn't, because I have a little plaque in my room. It says, I love Jesus, but I cuss a little. It should say
Jesus would cuss a little.
It should say, but I cuss a lot. But yeah, they didn't have that sign. No, but I was very guilty of talking to kids on their own level. You know, and it worked for me. It probably wouldn't work if I was still a teacher nowadays.
Nowadays, I think it's so different, though.
It's so different. Yeah. I subbed for a while, and kids are different. Like, I had a kid that actually said to me, yeah, he got mad about something I told him to do. And he goes, yeah, I remember when I had legs.
Wow.
Really?
I don't understand. I don't know.
And I looked at him and I said, you know, you must be so proud of, your parents must be so proud of the asshole you've become. I think I'll call your mom and tell her how proud she should be. And he goes, yeah, you don't know my mom. I went, I taught your mom and your dad. And I have your mother on my phone. He's like, yeah, right. Okay.
Did you call her?
Hey, sweetie, it's Miss Kay. How are you? Oh, yeah. No, I'm here subbing. I have your son in class. And she's like, oh, how's that going? And I said, well, here's what he said to me. And she goes, oh, God. And I was like, I told her, and she goes, put him on the phone. I said, your mom wants to talk to you. He took my phone. He's like, yeah, right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. She wants to talk to you. The next day, I was still subbing that class. He comes in and he comes up to the desk. He was the first one in. He goes, I am really sorry for what I said to you. I didn't know that you were my mom and dad's favorite of all time, ever, God in the world teacher. And I'm really sorry. I said, are you sorry because you got caught or sorry because you said it? Because you're a big-time football player, baby. You've got influence. And you can use that influence for positive, or you can be a jerk and use that influence like you were doing. Why don't you choose to be one of those people that champions people that can't take care of themselves or that are in a wheelchair, rather than trying to run them down?
Then be the bully.
And he looked at me and he goes, I'm really sorry. I said, if you're really sorry, go out there and do what I just told you then. You be that person. That kid hugged me every day, and he is the neatest kid. And I hope I made a little difference. I hope.
Maybe you did.
You know.
But he shouldn't have treated you that way anyway. Like,
No.
And obviously he wasn't raised that way, right? Because his parents told him.
Oh, he lost his truck that day.
Yeah. So he knew better. That's what I don't get. It's almost like there's like a less of a level of, I don't know.
There's more entitlement. There's a lot of entitlement.
And less care.
And because they don't have a lot of interaction one-on-one all the time,
yeah,
they're not skilled at some of these things. And if they're not given opportunities to have compassion, then they don't have any.
Or to even use it, right? Because they don't even interact on a level to deal with it, right? Like they're talking about, like, you can't deal with, if anything goes wrong, they can't deal with it. They just shut down because they are not capable of dealing with emotions on a normal level. And I mean, I'm guilty of it too when raising my child, where it was like, it's easier for me to just help you do this so that it's over. Or it's easier for me to just do it for you so that it's done and we don't have to fight about this or whatever.
That's where the patience came in. I didn't have it.
I did not help. I did not help doing that. You know, but you think, oh, that's going to make it easier.
Single parent, 2 kids.
Yeah.
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 I get it. Yeah.
It's rough. And I think it's just worse now. And the fact that, you can't, there's no, everyone has to work. Even if you are a single parent, you're working too.
Well, it is the breakdown of the family unit that has had a big impact. My dad was a policeman in Corpus. And his beat was the Cut, which is a predominantly lower income area, lots of crime. And my dad was saying, even back then in the late 60s, these families that don't have a dad in them, these families that don't have any positive male influence, those family units are breaking down. And the crime and the family battering, I can't...
Dysfunction.
And the learning early that hitting is the way to do it, rather than talking about it. Things, very reactionary, a very violent breakdown when you don't have a cohesive unit raising a child.
Yeah.
And I was like, my own children, I was very cognizant and very proactive in teaching them these lessons about being compassionate toward people. We went and took food and items to the homeless several times. Not just the 3 of us, because that could be dangerous, but we would have a group of people from church or whatever. And we would go down and take like bunches of peanut butter sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly, and socks. They always need socks. Deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste. We would take these things down and distribute them. Blankets, sleeping bags, anything that we had. And my kids learned early that not everybody has air conditioning and a house to live in. Not everybody has a PlayStation. Not everybody has, an electric guitar that they can learn on. Not everybody
has a bed.
Well, that was what I was going to say. Not everybody has a roof over their heads and running water. Okay? And food in the pantry and the fridge that they can get access to anytime their little tummy wants it. They learned real early. And a lot of kids don't get that. But we are very entitled. As a country, we have a lot of things that, just your carpet, baby. Think about that. Just your carpet. They have to build a fire to cook or to have any clean water. You got air conditioning.
Yeah, there are people that literally have thatch roofs.
They have dirt floors. Walls are made of like adobe or whatever. They have grass on their roof.
I know, and here I complain about being an ingredient household and having to put something together.
Well, and I complain. I'm complaining because I'm having to eat frozen vegetables instead of canned, you know.
Right.
But we can take it back to the beginning of this whole interview. Even when we're trying to do something very simple and humble, we're entitled because we can.
Because we can.
We can do it. And we should be thankful for that. And we should try to protect that at all costs because we would not function in those other societies.
No, but we're not grateful anymore. We're entitled, like you said.
That's right. You have to be
changed.
You have to be thankful for those things. You have to be mindful. You have to be purposeful in what you are doing, because it's so easy to just overlook that man standing there on the corner that is very hungry and he's in a wheelchair and you don't know his story. And everybody's saying, no, don't give them money. They just use it for drugs, or they're making 60 grand a year just standing there tax free and all this. You don't know that. And if your heart is looking at that person and going, I need to help him, then do it.
Then you should. Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Because that still small voice in your head, that little voice, is the Spirit of God saying, take care of him. He needs you.
You should always
listen to that.
Listen to that voice.
Always.
Always.
And it's when you don't listen to that voice that things get rough and you're not back on that path again. Yeah. But I've always lived my life. Karma. Yeah, it's not a real Christian term, but it's very real.
No, yeah.
You get what you put out. And if you put out good in the world, that's what comes back to you. If you're putting out negative,
that's what you get back.
You're going to get it
and
back.
It's like what my dad used to say, if you go out every day and all you meet's assholes, then odds are you're the asshole. Not everyone else out there, right?
That's a pretty good way to be.
Yeah. Because you can go out and I can go out and I can talk to 20 people and they'll all be nice. Or I could go out and talk to 20 people and I'm in a bad mood and it's all going to go bad. So I'm going to have bad interactions with everyone and that's all on me. Nobody else. It's all on me.
I read a story online. I'm old. I spend a lot of time online. I read this story and it was about a man comes to pick up an old lady at her house in a taxi. And she just wants to drive a few places before he takes her to the place she's going. And she's all dressed beautifully to the nines, her pearls. She's on with her bag. And they look at all these things and she tells him all these stories about these places and everything. And then he pulls up to this nursing home and he takes her bags in for her. And he sees that it's just a little tiny room and she sits down and she says, this is wonderful. And he looks at her and he's like, it's a little tiny room. How can you say this is wonderful? And she goes, because I choose for it to be.
That's right.
People that can choose that in any situation have such an edge on everything.
Right? I was just going to say, it's like a superpower,
It's like a superpower.
Yeah.
Because, and I've tried, oh my goodness, my oldest child even called me this morning and she's been trying to find a car. She wrecked her car. The insurance is trying to pay it all off and she's trying to get another loan to get a new car. She called and she was so mad. They wouldn't go as high as she wanted on a car and she's walking and she's all mad. I said, baby, find another car. Be positive. Don't be mad. That wastes energy. Don't be negative. Don't be angry. Fix it. Find another car that's in your price range. Okay? You've got to have a car. Find one that will work. Don't waste your time being mad and angry. Okay? Choose to be positive and go forward. You're right. You're right. Okay. She calls me an hour later. They are docking my check 40 minutes because I had an asthma attack because they were spraying stuff that I'm allergic to in the room. And I wasn't the only one that had that had to get up and leave. Mm-hmm. And they're not docking them. I said, well, baby, you know that your time at that place is limited. Your boss isn't like you. Mm-hmm. You should have been looking for a job. We talked about that. But they're docking my pay a whole hour, and it was their fault. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I don't think it's fair, and you don't think it's fair that they dock your check. So what are you going to do about it? Don't get mad, because that makes you stay static. Mm-hmm. Don't get angry. Don't sit there and rail at the system. What are you going to do? She said, I'll call you back. And I thought, oh, she didn't like that advice. No, she did. She called a lawyer. So then she calls me back and says, legal aid said they don't handle cases in the workplace. And I said, then get a real lawyer. And she said, okay, handle it.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Don't just freak out.
If you're always a negative Nancy all the time, I've had friends like that they were just, they would come into the room and the energy would go, mm-hmm. and everything they say.
Everything's negative, yeah.
My ex-mother-in-law, the first time I met her, they came down for the rehearsal dinner and the wedding. Mm-hmm. And they came over to my grandparents' house. We were having the rehearsal dinner in the backyard. It was a big picnic thing. Mm-hmm. And every time my grandmother or my mother would say anything about, oh, we're so excited to have Kel in the family. He's so sweet. Well, if you'd known him as a child, he wouldn't say that. He was a rough child. All I ever had to do was getting him in trouble and Mm-hmm. And every time she would say something negative, I could just see my husband's countenance is dropping. And I finally went over to her and I said, I don't know if you realize what you're doing, but you need to stop talking negatively and ugly about my future husband because you're really hurting his feelings. That was the boy that you knew. He's a man now and he's my husband or about to be. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you talking like that around him. If you can't say something nice, then just keep your mouth shut. So for the next 15 years, she had 2 daughter-in-laws, and I was her 3rd favorite. And that's what she said, because I didn't put up with her negativity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You stood up to her. I stood up to her. We still talk on the phone. She still calls me, so I guess I wasn't that bad as a daughter-in-law. Because the 2 that came after me, she didn't really care for them.
Far worse, huh? So, Kelly, to go back, we were talking about how you're very optimistic and you have just a very, a positive kind of vibe, right? You said nothing was off limits, so I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
It has to be incredibly difficult knowing that dialysis, for the most part, from what I've heard, it's a limited thing, right? It's not something that you can just, do for 50 years.
Actually,
right?
you can. You can.
Okay.
There are some people that can. If your body, takes to it and, mm-hmm. and it doesn't react with your body, mine reacts. So yeah, my time is limited. Mm-hmm. My time is probably limited to maybe another 10, 15 years. I don't know.
That's pretty good, though.
It's good. And it's only limited because I'm really taking care of myself. Mm-hmm. Because I have to take care of my mom. She's given me a purpose, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Both my kids are gone now. My youngest daughter is getting married. Okay. She's engaged. Mm-hmm. The oldest is on their own up in Oklahoma. And I realize that it's a limited time. And I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. I'm positive that I'm still here for a reason. Mm-hmm. Don't yet know what all that reason is, but I think that it's in order to share the good parts of my life with other people and let them know that their journey doesn't have to be bad. I'm here to help people. I still go feed the homeless. I still try to, at Thanksgiving, at Christmas, I still try to do things for people. I still try to do things for people every day, but even more during the holidays because that seems to be more difficult for people. Mm-hmm. But I don't forget about them on the other days of the year. Yeah. I have a couple of friends that don't drive, and I take them for their medical procedures and stuff. We have kind of a really neat deal. One of my friends and I adore Anita. She's just the neatest person. And she's gotten to be a treasured friend. And we have this deal worked out. I can't put my fitted sheet on the bed. I can't get it to stay. Okay? So Anita comes over once a week and exchanges my sheets. I can take them off. I just can't get them on.
Right.
I wash them and everything, but she comes over and does my sheet and makes up my bed for me. Because she doesn't like it that I don't put the comforter and all that stuff on.
I don't make my bed, so I get it.
She makes my bed for me. One time a week, it's really pretty in there. I have a really pretty bedroom, and one time a week. And it's hard for me to sweep and mop. I keep it swept. Like, if Mom drops sugar all over the floor, I keep stuff like that.
Right.
I keep food swept up, but the dog hair migrates. It becomes more than dust bunnies. It becomes dust shih tzus and stuff. So I have a golden doodle that really does shed a little bit. She sheds the undercoat. But anyway, she comes and sweeps for me and mops. And she doesn't charge me to do that. And I have a hard time getting down low enough to do the toilets. She does the toilet and the shower for me. I do the mirrors as high as I can. She gets the tops for if there's anything up there. I can do my own sinks. I can do my own dishes. I can do my own laundry. I have a really hard time because our hangers, my apartment is not an ADA apartment. It's just a regular apartment. It's ADA pretty good though, because it's got the step-in shower instead of the big tall one. It's got the lip. I have a chair in there and all that. I've made it accessible. I've got the bars and everything. But hanging my clothes, my shirts go on the top one. I have a really hard time. I have to like hold the end of the hanger and get up there, and because it's so high. And all the stuff that I have stored up above on those shelves, forget about that. I have a whole bedroom in my mom's bedroom. There's a whole closet in there that's full of nothing but seasonal decorations in tubs. Yeah, I can't get to them. So my daughter has to come over at the start of every season.
Pull it all out.
And pull the one out, yeah. And we just kind of rotate it. And the bottom one, we should have done it the other way, but no, it's too much trouble. We just pull everything out of the bottom and hope it lands right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I'm not organized, okay? My youngest is an organizer. She's the only reason they're in tubs.
Well, yeah.
That's fair enough, right?
Yeah.
And now that she's moved out, my organizational skills are nil.
A nail,
Yeah. So I do things in piles now, so I can get to them. Yeah, that's okay.
So you guys have so I'm assuming you were going to say then, so you do something for Anita, you like take her to appointments.
I take her to her doctor's appointments. I take her to, wherever she has to go. And a lot of times, like, she has to go to the housing authority in Sinton. That's a long drive.
That is a long drive.
And she doesn't really like driving because it's hard for her to see. She can see okay to get around town, but she will not drive to Corpus. So if we go shopping or go do something in Corpus, I have to be the one. And I have to be the one to drive anyway if I'm going. Because nobody can transport my chair. Yeah. And so Anita and I go, antique shopping or vintage shopping, and we go looking around and find neat stuff. Like, we went this summer and this place in Sinton was going out of business, and I got this beautiful sea trunk with the wood and the camelback, and I'm gonna have to redo the inside with fabric, and I've had to varnish and put Old English color on the wood. It was in really rough shape, but I got it for $20. I know, right? $20.
I know.
It was, it needs a little work, but they were going out of business. Even in that shape, those things are $100, $200, depending.
Oh, yeah.
And so we go and find little bargains and stuff. I've had this beautiful barley twist leg table, and it's a draw leaf. It pulls out at both ends and makes a big table, or it goes back in. It makes for four. And it's old. It's late 17, early 1800s. And I love this table so much. I love it. It was my brother's before he passed away, and he found it up in an antique place where he and his girlfriend were going. And then my mom had it, and then my mom gave it to me. And I've been looking for chairs for it. I wanted 6 really pretty, the old heartback looking wooden chairs with a fabric seat, tapestry looking fabric seat. And Anita and I, and another friend of mine, Pamela, and I, who is somebody else that we have a little deal. She takes the trash to the dumpster for me because it's hard for me to hold a yucky bag over my head and push it in. So she comes and takes the trash, and I take her places because she doesn't drive. But we found the chairs when we were out sit around at Habitat for Humanity. And they're old Duncan Fife. It's like a really good, sturdy wood antique from probably the 40s, maybe. They're old, but they were in beautiful shape. And I needed an armchair. One of them had to be an armchair so that my mom can get up. Right. Because she can't get up without the pushing. Right. So it was on sale. The whole table and 8 chairs.
Did you get it?
Were on sale for $300. I don't need a table. I just really wanted 4 chairs. Yeah. So I sold the table and 4 of the chairs to a lady that owns an antique store because it's a beautiful Duncan Fife set. And I sold it to her for $150, and I know she can make $500 on it. Yeah. So I sold it to her, and then I kept the 4 chairs so that I would have the set, and it goes with my table so perfectly. I'm so excited because I've had some really ugly chairs for the last couple of years. But I finally found them. And that's cool. So we do that. We go and putz around. I can't really do estate sales very easily because most houses aren't accessible. And so that's really hard. But I have a friend that goes to estate sales a lot, and she sends me pictures, and I'll say yes or no. And she'll buy it and bring it, and I pay her for it.
I love that. It's retail therapy for me. I'll just be like, I'm having a bad day. I need to go to the Goodwill.
Well, I used to have a little
Goodwill, and I'll feel much better after. Yeah.
I used to have a booth up at my mom had that a long time. The owner, Amy, was a friend of mine or a student of mine, and I had this cute little booth, and I sold all kinds of. I'm a Lucille Ball fan. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell. She was my favorite comedian of all time, and Red Skelton, the two.
My dad's favorite.
I love Red Skelton. But anyway, I had like this whole collection of Lucille Ball stuff. Well, when I had to downsize and move into an apartment from a 3-bedroom, 2,000 square foot house, I had to get rid of stuff. So my Lucille Ball collection, I put it in the thing and sold it. I had a whole collection of carousel horses, put it in the thing, sold them. I only kept things that meant something. So I have 3 little carousels that mean something. One was given to me by my father, one was given to me by Charlotte when I got married, and one was given to me by my husband. And so I kept the 3, and then I got rid of the other 200 or whatever. But I had all these collections of things that were really pretty, and I had a place for them in my house, but not in the apartment. So I opened that booth and sold tons of the stuff I had. I had the world's largest collection of naked, headless Barbies. And I mean,
naked headless.
Because I had my nieces and both my daughters had we just passed them down, right? I had a 100-gallon tub full of Barbies. Some of them had heads, some of them didn't. Some of them had hair, some of them didn't. This lady bought all of it because she was making this jewelry that she sold at the Art Walk. Barbie faces on earrings. She would cut them and put decoration around them.
I have seen some of the dolls there because I saw this lady put like stuffed animal heads on top of Barbie doll bodies. I bet she bought your Barbie doll body.
She did. She bought the whole thing for $100.
And then she started doing that.
And then she started doing that.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed. I went to the art walk and I was like, hi, how you doing? She goes, look, this is what I did with them. And I was like, oh my God, that's so creative.
So creative. I thought that when I saw them, my mom had that. I thought, oh my gosh, that is so...
Oh, are they there now?
Yeah, she has them.
Oh, how
my
funny.
Mom had, yeah, because so she's got like little stuffed animal heads on the Barbie doll bodies.
Well, this was like...
And it's just wild.
Yeah.
But it works.
Well, this lady, I don't know if it's the same one, but this lady took their little faces off and then decorated them with like rhinestones and different gems and jewels and made earrings and necklaces.
Oh, wow.
And then she had like, for the goth kids, she had Barbie legs with tattoos and stuff on it.
Oh.
And then like a Barbie shoe, you know, and glued to the foot. And that was earrings or
used
or bracelet. She used the stuff, you know, the different Barbie parts. And it was, and the boobs, big seller with the guys. A boob bracelet. It was really funny.
That's funny.
It was. It was creative.
Yeah.
It was very creative.
I like to do creative stuff. I like to do that kind of stuff. I'm not really, really, really talented at anything like crafty or paint or like.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But I
I want one of those. I want one of those. I have a beautiful one in my bathroom. A beautiful seascape that a lady painted when I was a teenager. And I ran into this lady later. She's a psychiatrist now. I used to babysit her kids next door when I was growing up. And I said, oh my gosh, do you do your art anymore? You used to paint these beautiful beach scenes. And I was just in love with them. She goes, really? You remember that? No, I never paint anymore. And I was like, oh, that's a shame because they were really beautiful. And the next thing I know, she brings me one.
Aww.
And it's in this little frame. She says, it's one of the few I have left because, it's in like a wooden frame that has a heart. It's made like a heart. And there's this beach scene in it. I have it in my bathroom because I love it. I just think it's the coolest picture ever. And I love like that you painted the beach scene and the sky.
I have fun, but I have fun.
That's good.
Like,
it's supposed to be.
Halloween, like I made one year, I made a big headstone, and I painted it all and the lights on it and everything. And then last year I didn't decorate. But the year before that, I made I bought all the body parts and I made a wind chime with all the things hanging off of it. I like to do stuff like that. It's so fun. It's so fun.
I had 2 mannequins that I gave to a friend because I didn't have a yard anymore. But the girls and I would take the body parts and bury, like half buried, and they were all over the yard. And then we'd put cobwebs through them and have blood and
it's so
and
fun.
Kids would walk by and go, because it looks real. It looks real. And we would have like a torso looking out from behind a bush.
Oh. Can you imagine all the bananas out there? I put a torso in there. That would scare her.
That would be funny. Have it holding a banana.
A lot of kids, though. We don't.
Not anymore. Nobody, to be honest, I was pretty paranoid. I only took my kids to places of people I knew.
Yeah.
And we only went to those houses. And then when they got older and wanted to trick or treat, I started just doing parties for them, letting them have a Halloween party, and they could invite their friends to the Halloween party. That way, they didn't want to go trick or treat at strangers' houses.
Well, then they do like the trunk or treats
and
those kind of things too. And then they have like this year for chat work, I'm doing the Halloween. We're doing.
You're in
Halloween.
chat work?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you not know I was in chat work?
No.
Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah. So you should join. Please do. Please do.
Ingleside tried to recruit me.
Oh no! Join Portland. You live in Portland. You have to join Portland. But so this year is the first time I think we're having a table at the Boo Bash. I think it was a
Boo Bash.
Is it? I don't know.
Something like that.
Something like that. So we're gonna do that. But it's fun. But yeah, it seems like that's kind of how it's gone. Isn't now they do more of like the churches will do the trunk or treats or the schools do something or whatever. So yeah.
Well, we had a house and our house had a clubhouse across the street with a pool. It was a neighborhood thing, and so I would rent the clubhouse, and they could swim, and there were adults there to watch, and they had snacks and cupcakes and candy, and I had a big bowl, and each one of them had a little miniature pumpkin filled with treats, so that way they didn't go candyless.
Yeah, they had
kind of thing.
Yeah.
When they left, they had a bucket with candy, and it wasn't big, but it was one of the mid-sized ones. No, an 18, not the one that fits a bubble gum, but to send them home with some candy. And you know, my kids weren't big candy eaters.
No.
I have this giant jar. It's like a Lancer's jar, and it's got a wooden top, and I've kept it full of candy their whole lives. Anytime we had leftover Halloween candy, anytime they went to a parade and gathered candy, anytime I bought candy in wrappers, you know, we kept the jar full, and we had to start throwing stuff out.
Yeah.
They just weren't, they'd rather have broccoli and ranch or carrots and...
That's good.
Yeah, or peanut butter and celery.
Yeah.
You know, but I made food fun for them. They would only eat it if I put the trees on the mashed potatoes and made a little gravy river. And
so you're like, okay, I'll make it fun. It's not fun for me, not at all.
They do. I taught my kids. I'm a horrible parent. I taught my kids this thing called peeps jousting.
Oh,
Okay, you put
the little peeps.
two peeps with a toothpick
Okay.
in your microwave.
Oh no.
And they're on a paper plate.
And
They get bigger and bigger and bigger until the toothpick pops one of them. And that's the winner, whoever doesn't pop first.
And then we would have the microwave.
I'll have to clean it anyway. We had peeps jousting, and it was fun.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
After my husband passed away, the girls took it kind of hard. So the first anniversary of him being gone, I took him out of school, and we went to Bahama Bucks. They sell snowballs.
Like, yeah.
They sell you a cooler full of snowballs.
Oh, cool.
And they wanted to do something that they thought their dad would think was fun. So we went and bought these snowballs, and they had a snow fight in June in the middle of a parking lot on Saratoga and had a blast.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was how they honored him. And I videoed it. It was so cute. But it was like, I want to go to. I didn't want them to think about him when we go to his gravesite or anything. I want them to think about the fun stuff because he was fun. Mm-hmm. He was a fun dad.
How old was he? How old were they when he passed?
Jill was 15 and Haley was 22, 7 years older.
Mm-hmm. And were you all still together when they?
No, well, we were friends. We stayed friends. We never wanted the kids. We divorced with a purpose too. I put aside the anger and the hurt and decided to move forward and be positive about it. We had a custody agreement that was, you're going to be 2,000 miles away in Colorado or whatever. Mm-hmm. Anytime you want to see the girls, talk to the girls, you do so. Mm-hmm. I'll make it happen, you know. And then he moved a little closer for a while, and he had them every other weekend. Mm-hmm. And we would work around schedules and things. There was never a conflict over the kids. Mm-hmm. And we got along. Like after he was very sick towards the end, and he was blind and he could hardly walk. He was on dialysis all night, like 8 hours of dialysis a night. Rough, yeah. His wife then at the time was an old friend of mine, and she was an RN, or is an RN, and she was taking care of the dialysis at home. But it was like an all-night thing. Well, he just passed away in his sleep. Very unexpected. I had to get myself released from the hospital to come home because the girls were like freaking out.
Yeah, they were a mess.
They had seen him the day before. He came and picked them up at the hospital because I had to go into the hospital. That's another reason there's like some trauma there. He picked him up. Haley had already gone home with my mother to the house. And he took Jill home, and he stopped and got Whataburgers for them so that they would have something to eat for dinner. And when he got to the house, he called and he said, "Haley, come out. I'm in the car." And she goes, "Is Karen there?" His wife. He goes, "Well, of course. I can't drive." And she goes, "I'll see you next time."
Oh, no. And then he passed.
And that night he passed away. The next morning, I wake up to Karen and her daughter, Shayna, at my hospital bed. And I'm like, what are they doing here? You know, this is not good. And they told me that he had passed away. And I was like, I've got to get out of here. I can't stay. And I'd had my stents changed, but they wanted to watch me because there was a bad infection. And I said, I don't care. Put a port in my arm. I'll do the IV at home, whatever. I've got to go. My children need me right now. But it was just such a strange time, you know, because nobody expected it. He was 55.
Oh, that's young. Yeah.
Yeah, 55. And he just passed in his sleep.
Yeah.
And that freaked the girls out. They were like, he was just laughing and joking with us. You know, he was just...
Yeah, it's hard when it's so fast like that.
And Haley had, we had therapy for both girls. I mean, I got both of them into therapy about it, but because it wasn't something that I would felt qualified to try to deal with. And
All right, Kelly, let's see.
question and answer time. You want to learn my deepest, darkest secrets? I'm descended from aliens. No, I don't know.
No, we were talking about that, whether Grace and I were talking about how, like, things are bad, and I don't know if you watched it, but we were talking about it, and I was like, if the aliens were coming, they're like, no, we're not, no. They're looking at us going, no, you know.
They can't even get along playing with a little ball.
I know. We can't get along. It's really sad.
Yeah, you know, what I've noticed, because I've traveled quite a bit, I've been very fortunate. What I've noticed is, again, the kindness you put out, you get back. People are basically pretty kind and pretty open to meeting people and to engaging with them all over the world. And if you have that same kind of energy and you don't think you're better than them or, you know, kind of thing, if you actually want to engage, you're going to find that people are basically pretty much the same almost everywhere. The exceptions to that, there are some. There is truly evil out there.
Yeah.
There are truly evil people. And there are plenty of evil people that want to hurt you and take advantage. One of the things that I've noticed being in a wheelchair, I never felt vulnerable before getting in and out of a car, going into a convenience store at night, anything. I never felt
safe. Yeah.
I never felt vulnerable because I felt I could take care of myself. But now I have to go to dialysis down in a relatively rough part of town. And there are a lot of homeless population. There are a lot of people down there that, you know, wander around asking for things.
Right.
And I have felt a little vulnerable because I have to open up the whole side of my car and let the ramp down. And the ramp is... And then I have to go up into it, turn, transfer into a seat, and press the button to close my car. I'm vulnerable. I feel vulnerable that whole time.
Well, there's also, yes, during that time, there's a chance that someone could get in your vehicle.
My vehicle, follow me in.
For people to get in your vehicle while that's going on. Yeah.
Especially right now, the battery or something is really slow. Like I can press the button twice like you're supposed to and nothing happens. And just before I press it again, then it'll do it.
I know it. Okay, I'll do it.
And then I don't touch the button because if I do, then it gets stuck. Yeah. But I'm so blessed. That's another one of those big blessings in my life. That car gave me freedom.
Yeah.
It gave me total, because I had to hire somebody to go with me everywhere. And I'm not a rich person. I'm a teacher. I'm a retired teacher, okay? I don't have a huge income.
And it's expensive to take an Uber somewhere or whatever.
Or I had to hire ladies. She didn't have a place to live. So before my mother moved in, while she was still independent, this girl moved into my extra bedroom and she took care of the house, the cooking, you know, and all that. And anytime I needed to go somewhere, I would get in the car. I would transfer to the car and she would load my wheelchair onto the back. You know, and then when we got there, she would unload it and put me in it. And then she would either sit there and wait for whatever I had to do. Or like most of the times, like if I wanted to go to a concert, I would have to buy a ticket for two.
Yeah.
So that she could go, you know. anyway, it
Always relying on someone else for everything. is
always, and I
difficult.
hated that. Well, then she moved back to Tennessee with her daughter, and I was basically housebound. And I I could socialize with the people at the complex. That was it. And now the complex has changed a little bit. They don't do things with, they don't have activities at at the clubhouse. So that's gotten kind of scattered, I spent a lot of time with your mother-in-law and Sylvia and Anita and Pamela and, just Becky and Kim. But I don't know everybody anymore. I don't ever see anybody on the other side of the complex. Just our little bubble. But Nathan Taggart, and I will give him a plug in your show. Nathan Taggart is the only honest used car salesman on the planet. He is wonderful. He found this car for me that is already equipped with the ramp and the electronics and everything. The car actually lowers and then the ramp comes down so that I'm not going down at an angle that would, flip me out. It's a wonderful car. It is not, I can't tell you what it has done for me, because now I can load myself in the car. I can get in there and go to the grocery store.
And
I can,
and all the places you have to.
all the places I want to go. Yeah, even dialysis was hard because I was having to get people to come take me.
Take you to dialysis
because
twice a week, yeah.
What, 3 times a week then?
Oh, at that point, yeah.
3 times a week, and it was in the evening at 6 to 9.
Oh wow, yeah. See, that's rough.
6 to 9 over in Corpus at 6
wow.
Points. That's where I had to go. Then I started, I got the van and I started doing home hemo. Home hemodialysis was wonderful. So I could do it whenever I wanted. If I felt like doing dialysis at 3 a.m., I could put it off till 3 a.m., But I had to stay awake.
Yeah.
Because you have to monitor your blood pressure and write it down and send it in on the iPad, and because they're monitoring to see that you're doing it right.
Correct.
And it could be dangerous. I could bleed to death without knowing it if I fell asleep.
Oh wow.
If one of these clamps, something happens, I'm dead. All my blood flips out onto the bed. Yeah, it's really gross. My daughter wouldn't even watch it because she says, I don't want to see your blood outside your body twirling around and then coming back in. She was like, that freaks me out. I'm like, yeah, it kind of freaks me out too sometimes. I named my dialysis machine. His name was Giuseppe. So I could tell people I hook up every night with Giuseppe. That's okay. I named my toilet Jim so I could tell people I wake up and go to the gym every morning. Old joke, but funny. It's the truth, though. Hey. But Giuseppe, he was my buddy, man. Giuseppe and I, he knew me down to my soul. He could suck my blood if he wanted to.
Core. He knew you'd choose your core.
He was my vampire. But yeah, it was. That's
funny. All right, Kelly. So what's in Kelly's future coming up?
Kelly's future is tomorrow night. I'm going to go to the kickoff for the 7-day film festival. I love making movies. My daughters and I have made movies for the last 15 years. And we've had so much fun. And this is, I think, the 15th anniversary of the film festival.
What's the name?
Corpus Christi 7-day film festival.
Okay.
And tomorrow night it kicks off at the House of Rock. They give us all the elements that we have to have in the movie. And we have 7 days to film, edit, and get it all together and turn it in the following week judging. At the same time. And it's judged by they find really wonderful judges. They do, like 1 year, Richard Linklater, who is a pretty famous director. Yeah, I've heard of him. He judged, and he liked me.
Who doesn't like you, though, Kelly?
But it was fun. But they turn it in, and they have a panel of judges, and they pick the top 10 or so movies that go to the judges, because some of them, you don't want to make Richard Linklater sit through some films.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the judges all see the committee sees all the films. Mm-hmm. Then the judges judge for best actor, best actress, best film, best music, best use of an element. They have all these prizes for it. Real fun. Such an adventure for the week. Like one year, I even got a tick. Ooh. I mean, we filmed a Western. I did a Western. I got to kill somebody.
Ooh.
I got to shoot them because they were bad. But I also got to work at 110 degrees in an old skirt down to my ankles and boots and an old floppy old lady hat from the 1800s. And he was a bad man. So I killed him.
Deserved it. It's all right.
It was pretty funny.
So you don't find out till tomorrow night. You guys will find out
what the elements are, and then we can write the script and start filming. And because I already know some people I'm working with because we work with each other really well, and a lot of us have a core group. Pablo Schmitz is probably the biggest core group of this. He works with mostly the same people, and very rarely does he bring others in to his little group. But they're wonderful. Oh my God, they put out wonderful films. I mean, they're always finals, They're really good. And there was another director a long time ago, Reagan Johnson. He got married and moved off, but oh my goodness, his films were freaking amazing. He filmed, there's one about the Harbor Playhouse being haunted that is just, oh my God, so good. Anyway, there's a lot of creativity out there. You would love it.
I would love to get involved in something
You
else.
would love it. This is so your vibe.
Yeah.
You would love it. It is so creative and fun and gritty and doing it and having fun doing it. Another director that I work with, and I work with him pretty often, is David Rains. He used to be the film and media person here in Portland at the high school. He's out in Cal Allen now because Portland didn't want to pay him very much, and Cal Allen paid him more. He does one every summer, and it's kind of a family thing because we've known each other since we were in high school. And his mother was the theater teacher at Carroll before me.
Oh wow!
And when she passed away, I took over, and then he took over the tech job or whatever at Portland. So it's a small family of people. Yeah. Anyway, David is so funny. If David's in the room, you know it, because he has the laugh of a hyena, and he laughs at everything that's funny. And if you don't hear him laugh, you better think hard, because he laughs easily. He's wonderful. He's a wonderful audience member, and he's wonderful to work with. He feeds us and keeps us hydrated, and he's a cook. He's a foodie like me. He likes to experiment. We go have sushi all the time. But anyway, just an amazing person. He's so cool. He's one of the coolest people I know. And then one of his ex-students contacted me last year, and my daughter Jill and her fiance and I worked with him, Preston Neal and his wife Alex. And we worked with them last year and had a ball. Oh my gosh, we had fun. I've worked with him twice now, and he called last week and he's like, "So are you free?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "And Jill and Carlos?" I said, "They're free too. They want to work." And he's like, "Okay."
Yay. Oh,
and then I talked to David, and he was like, "I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet." He goes, "Are Jill and Carlos going to do it too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they want to work. They want to do it." And he's like, "Cool. I think I've got some ideas." So we'll probably both make two. All of us will make two of them. One for David and one for Preston. And if somebody else asks me to do a bit or whatever, I do that too, because I'm not in it for the awards. I don't want to.
You're just in it for the
I'm in it because I love doing it. Yeah. I love it. I've got a whole bunch of them that you can see on the 7-Day website. They've got a bunch of them, and you can even go on YouTube and type in CC 7D, the letter, The Rogue, ROGUE, The Rogue.
The Rogue.
And that's my Western. It'll
And then
pop up. It pops up, and it's good.
Ooh, I'm gonna check.
Like
it
it's really
out.
Jimmy Wilden. He was the director for that, and that was one of his first ones. It won Best Film. I got Best Actress. I mean, it was like amazing. It was good. Our actor got Best Actor, Best Use of the Element. I mean, it was like cool.
That's very
So it's on, that one's on YouTube. And it was,
check it out.
and as a director, because Jimmy does it, a lot. He likes making films. And he put it on, I'm now on IMDb.
Ooh.
I've got all my movies that I've done.
Your filmography.
My filmography. And I have a bio on there.
Oh,
it hasn't been updated in forever. The kids were still living at home with me when I did the bio. I was still teaching.
You'll have to updo it then.
But it's kind of cool, yeah.
That's very cool. That's very fun.
And I love that. I mean, it got me a part in a movie, a real movie.
A real movie.
Called Bad Turn Worse. And the guy that's starring on, the chef, whatever the bear.
Oh, the bear.
Okay.
He was in the Shameless as well, right? Yeah.
He made a movie when he was young here. One of my ex-students is out in LA, and he became a producer. And they came down and they were asking me if I could help them find a rehearsal space and all this. And I said, yeah. I said, no problem. Let's, we went and had dinner. And I said, by the way, I did a movie and I want you to see it because I think you would like it. I'm really proud of it. And he's like, oh, okay. And I gave him the website. I get a call from the director and the producer that night, the other one. And they said, we want you to be in the movie. We want you to be the mother of this lead guy in the movie. And he said, your film was fantastic. I loved it.
That's cool.
And I was like, thank you. And he's like, yeah, we want you. Can you do that? And I said, I don't know. I said, this is one act season. I'm really busy. He said, we don't care if we have to film at 3 a.m. We'll do it. Whatever time you have. And I was like, okay. I said, well, I don't have anything on this day. And it had to be within the week because that's how long they were here for. I said, I've got some time this day. And they said, okay, be in Taft, da-da-da. Here's what you can wear, just anything like a house dress and house shoes. And I said, okay. I had so much fun filming with them. It was so nice. And it was all because they looked at that little film online and went, oh, she'd be perfect as a mother. You can still see the film. I mean, it's still on like Tubi or something.
Those obscure things.
Very obscure. But it had William Devane in it. It had Mark Pellegrino, the guy that played Satan on Supernatural.
Oh,
He's pretty big. He always plays a bad guy, and he played a really good bad guy in this. And William Devane's the one that looks like a Kennedy all the time. He plays a lot of Kennedy guys. And then it had this kid.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were all relative unknowns at the time. And I'm in a movie with him. I'm in a movie. I got to be his mother.
Kelly.
I got to tell him to shut up.
That's cool.
But no, it was a lot of fun. We filmed in like a field in Taft and in an old house in Taft.
Oh, wow.
It was awesome.
Yeah. That would be fun. Maybe you'll have to get me in next year. Maybe you can get
It would be so much
That
fun.
would be fun.
If you want to do it this year, I'll get you in.
Really?
Yes,
Well,
if you had
we'll talk
time.
about it. We'll see. Maybe.
Talk about it. See what time you have.
Yeah.
I mean, the next week after tomorrow, the next 7 days, you're gonna have to really budget your time because they'll write the script and you'll have some time, and then they'll want to start filming, and they film on a schedule, and they're really professional. And most of the time, we film everything in one day. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, and then they edit it and put in the graphics and stuff. But
yeah, that sounds cool. That would be fun.
it's fun if you want to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
If Alex needs somebody, or if Alex and Preston need somebody, or David, I'll tell them.
Let them know.
I say I have a friend that's a redhead that's real outgoing.
Yeah, a little outgoing, just a little, just a touch,
Just a tad.
just a tad. Well, thank you for talking to me, Kelly.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
I always have fun spending time with you. You're always so much fun.
I know. It's nice meeting someone else that's upbeat, right? That's like,
Someone you can match energy with.
Yeah. I know. I always, whenever I see you coming to Bunko, I always get excited. I'm always like, it's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be fun. Kelly's gonna cuss. No.
Yeah, we're gonna get in trouble.
Kelly's gonna give the finger, and Kelly's gonna roll with the finger. Yeah.
And then we're gonna get those looks. Oh yes, it's gonna be a fun night.
Gonna get hit in the head with a little puffy dice. I was trying to explain to my mother what the Traveler was.
From Bunko.
She said, they throw it at your head? I said, well, I don't think they're actually aiming, but that's usually what they hit.
That's usually what we hit, yes. But it's just a soft dice.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Very soft.
It's very soft. It's like getting hit with a marshmallow, you know. But it was pretty funny. She didn't understand. My mother is like a grandmaster at bridge, at playing duplicate bridge. Like she has millions of points, and she is like a grandmaster. She won't play anymore because she's doesn't have the cognitive ability that she used to have counting cards. And,
but see, so now Bunko would be perfect.
Well, I was trying to explain it to her, and she goes, that sounds boring.
Yeah, but no.
And I'm like, it's not, though. It can be fun, and it's meeting somebody.
Because you don't have to think. That's why I love it. You don't. It's
not
hard.
And that's what I told her. I said, you just have to count sixes. You know, you have to click sixes. That's what, you know.
Well, but see, we play in our group. We don't play like they play. And I have gone to
we don't steal.
Where they steal the dice. Well, where if you roll sixes, they go and they grab them, and then you get a point for them, right?
Yes.
But it can be violent when you have these women with long nails.
I was in a group that used to do that, and when we started this group, actually Amy was the one that decided to start it. And then she passed it off because she was real busy with the store and stuff. And we made the decision. We had several people that were in their 90s that were playing with us at the time. And we made the decision, because most of us get these if we just get a bump, okay? Yeah. And and I used to wear my nails. I used to wear, you know, I had pretty nails all the time because that was my thing. Those can hurt.
Yes.
You know, if you're grabbing for those dice. And I was in one group where they were rolling on the floor fighting over them. I mean, this was a bank president rolling on the floor over dice.
It's the women you expect to not be doing it.
Yes, they were. But anyway, when I saw two bank people rolling on the floor over a piece of die, over a dice, I was like, yeah, it's a little rough for me. I didn't know it was a contact sport, but it was pretty funny.
It's wild. It's wild. I know they play it. They play it like at the country club. I haven't gone to
that. Was the group. That was Bobby Knief. Thank you very much. I don't know if she's still there or not, but she was rolling around on the floor. They were fighting over dice. It was funny.
I haven't gone to that one. I'll keep going to our one at Dairy Queen.
The one at Dairy Queen, one Thursday night a month. It's
Thursday night, yes.
The third Thursday.
The third Thursday of the month at the Portland Dairy Queen.
Yes, and it's fun. Yes, because we do have fun.
We do have fun.
A lot of fun.
We do.
And we don't hurt people because we do have older people, myself included.
And younger people.
And we have younger people. My daughter plays occasionally. And
we have two boys,
Yeah, we have a couple of boys, and Heather's sons play. Tanya's husband and her, you know, so... we have a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We
and
a lot of different people.
We've got a lot of new people coming in that are just, you know, here. Like some of them are just here for the winter or whatever, or the summer. And we're having a lot of fun. I like that group.
Yeah, it is.
They're good. The only time I miss is if I absolutely can't. You know, if I I don't, because it usually takes precedence.
It's so fun.
It is.
Fun.
It's fun.
It is. It's a way to. It's like an outlet. It's just those few hours that we can just like have fun and just
get out there and have a blast.
Blow it out, right? Blow it out. Blow it out. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Way with Amy.
Bye.
Bye.